Pause the music.
Pause the music. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode. Excuse me. Of the No Place Like a Homaha podcast. I'm your host, JD Wonder, alongside Nick Hendricks and Mikey Love.
I'd like to real quick just tell you to pay attention to JD's background. As you can see, he's on the campus of TCU currently.
Nope.
What?
That was
oh boy,
not close, but it was a good try. I'm currently filming this at work. There's nothing going on here. No athletes are coming in right now. Just in case my boss is watching. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
So, this is where I'm recording at. Warren Academy. Subtle plug there if you want to check out a training facility.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
Gummies.
Yes. We need sponsors.
Yes. Join the Flintstone Gummies.
We can get Flintstone Gummies in Warren Academy.
Absolutely.
Right.
Plug it
weekly. We should. Is there any way that we could actually reach? I might have to try to see hey, we mentioned you guys a lot in the show, and this is
the
not
Flintstone Gummies.
Yeah, just email here. I'm gonna actually look this up while we're live on the air on this.
Reach out to him.
I'm gonna eat my spaghetti.
Okay. Yes, Mikey is currently eating dinner. Flintstone vitamins. We need the Flintstone
Go
gummies,
ahead and look that up. Just one update for the pod for everybody out there. So next episode, just to give a heads up to you guys, we will have a special guest. Our first interview will be from a former national champion named Alan Amati, who played on I believe, did we agree that it was 2008 that Fresno State won?
It was 2008 because
Fresno State team that won the national championship.
Yep, because they were the second to last team to win it at Omaha. Because South Carolina won it in 2009, they moved in 2010, and because 2006 and 2007 was Oregon State back to back.
My God,
there we go. So
I did a lot of research for this question. I did a lot of research for these questions because I even dove back all the way to the regionals of that and took it through.
I didn't do anything. I just like to say.
Okay.
I actually played under Alan when he coached.
Yep, same.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where did he coach at?
He coached for the Black Sox.
Nice.
Dude was a gangster.
Yeah, he's very good. He's very knowledgeable in the game. So we're all excited to have him on the pod. That'll be just a heads up for the next episode.
Yeah, and
hear all of us out here.
That's everything for the pod. Thanks for tuning in. Piss right off.
That's it.
Right.
Actually, the rest of the episode is just going to be ASMR of Mikey eating spaghetti. So.
Absolutely, bro. You want to know what good pussy sounds like? Right here.
Throwing it all the way back to the Vine days. Oh, Lord. All right. So hold on here. So as I'm looking at this right now, I have the Flintstone vitamins page pulled up.
Are they on the phone right now?
No, sadly. Nope. But I have the Flintstone vitamins page pulled up. It says contact us. So thank you for reaching them. Yeah. Would this be a general inquiry?
What are the other options?
Oh gosh. Okay.
Is there a sponsorship option?
So it's get a coupon, where to buy product, protect or product complaint. I can't read. General inquiry, a compliment, healthcare professional inquiry. I think this would be a general.
Fine.
Okay.
So, oh man, by telephone 8 to 8.
Forget that. Just email the CEO.
We're trying, boys. We're trying. We want to try to get this Flintstone Gummies things on a roll. Wouldn't that be funny?
Can you imagine we actually get a gummy and it's in the shape of a home plate?
Dude, that would be
our own
baller as hell,
limited edition. No place like Homaha Flintstone Gummies.
Dude,
and then we get our own commercial. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
We get our own booth at the CWS. Oh my God.
With Flintstone Gummies.
We'd actually just get one of those t-shirt cannons, but instead of shooting t-shirts, we would shoot the Flintstone Gummies into the stands.
No, if we're doing that then we're getting a toy shotgun and we're gonna pack them into shells.
Oh, the little gums are just straight up gummies.
Yeah.
We got a nine shot buckshot just coming right at you with Flintstone Gummies.
Or we're just gonna have a rifle on top of the CHI Health Center and just gonna snipe kids in the bleachers.
Omaha police, if you're listening to this, it's Flintstone gummies, we swear.
It's a prank.
Or is it?
Shut
FBI?
up, Mikey. We're not trying to take out the number
That's
one
the
draft pick.
FBI.
It's fine.
Open up.
There's just like 80 cases of Flintstone.
Mikey's just eating his spaghetti, like just
Ladies and
being
gentlemen,
that
we got him.
around.
Mikey's got a spaghetti plate and he's just sitting like, okay.
I am actually. I'm just chilling, bro.
Speaking of that, with eating, Mikey, did
Spaghetti?
you like your strawberry that you had
Strawberry.
on last week's episode? Did you even watch it?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
the
Okay, I
strawberry
put
put
the
over his
strawberry
face.
on your face. Yeah,
I seen that, bro. I expected a strawberry shortcake, but you let me down. So whatever.
sorry.
No, you're not.
I went with the closest thing. So
Unbelievable.
we should do that. We should do that. Like find a hidden strawberry in there and comment where it's at.
Okay.
Interesting.
Honestly, but
Anyways, moving on to
the actual talk of the show.
content, one thing that we kind of saw, and we conversed a little bit. Again, I sent it to both you guys, but
What?
the Rocket City Trash Pandas brought up Ben Joyce. So he's already in AA ball, and he touched 101.
Yes, he
That's
did.
it.
Still hucking gas.
That's it.
That's it,
That's it. What do you mean that's it?
bro. He's 100. He's
My man just
throwing
got to
100
catch up
one
to
20.
Jordan Hicks. That man threw 103.7 this year.
Dude, Jordan Hicks is a freaking just animal. That ball moves so much. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. It moves like my fastball does.
That's because you're fast.
No, Mikey, his ball doesn't go 450 over the fence. It might go 107 miles an hour off the bat.
Shit, if you're hitting, it's moving like that and they ain't going 450.
So,
Damn, he said yard.
all right.
Tomato?
So looking at his one appearance so far for the Rocket City Trash Pandas, he's got one win on the year with the Trash Pandas. His ERA is a 4.50. Oh no, he has played in 4 games, so he's been here a little bit. He's
For
got
4 games.
Yeah, he's got 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs allowed. Both runs are earned. He's got 5 Ks on the year. His batting average against him is a 250. His WHIP is a 150. So I mean, he's not allowing a ton of hits. Obviously, not really allowing a lot of runs, and he's got 2 walks. So start of the career, not bad for Ben Joyce.
Right.
I think the crazy thing is that he's only allowed 2 walks. Because if you think about it, normally people who throw that fast, it's kind of it's not impossible to control, but it's a lot harder to control.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
I want to see what his stats are.
Josh, you want to share with the people what your ERA is this summer?
No. I don't want to
I
talk
think
about
you need to. I think you really need to.
It's a crisp
think it'd be-
22.
it. Is it?
I don't know,
Oof.
somewhere around there.
It's something like that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
A 20. Yeah, I don't even want to say what my ERA was at
Big
the end of the
call.
year.
I'm going to stand
Yes.
by that. This is my first. I've pitched more this season than I have in my
Entire baseball
life.
career.
Yes, ever. From 5 years old up.
Okay, so Ben Joyce, when he was at Tennessee this last year, his ERA was a 2.23 or a 2.23.
Mm.
His WHIP was a 0.99. He had 2 wins, 1 loss. Let's see, he had 32 and a third innings pitched, only allowed 18 hits, only 10 runs. 8 of those 10 were earned. He only walked 14 guys. In
This past
all the
year?
games,
Good.
yeah, he only walked 14 guys, throwing 101 plus.
So he's filling
That-
it.
He's filling up the zone, which is
Mhm.
huge. He had 53 Ks on the year.
Damn.
He had 5 home runs allowed against him, which if you connect with the ball like that, you square it up. That even if you just barely
You
miss
don't
it,
even
that
need to
ball's
square
gonna
it
go.
up.
Yeah, that ball's just gonna travel on its
Yeah,
own.
contact, yeah.
He's got to catch it.
The batting average against him this year was a whopping 0.157.
Damn.
So guys were hitting 100 against him, just over.
Nick's lifetime batting average.
Yeah, pretty much. He only hit 3 guys on the year.
Oh.
He only hit 3 guys.
Yo,
Imagine
the
getting
face I
hit
just
though by
made-
that. That's
The
gotta
face I
hurt.
just made needs to be replayed on our TikTok because it's legendary.
Dude,
Imagine getting hit by 103.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Oh my god.
It hurts me getting hit by like 75. I could
It
imagine.
hurts me getting hit by 28.
Your sister's throwing in the yard at you. It hits you right in the
Bro,
right
yes.
beside-
Yes.
least he's honest about it.
You ever been Mayweathered by a 6-year-old's baseball? That should be hurting.
Dude, and honestly though, you get guys that just absolutely wear pitches in the MLB and they walk down to first. You gotta think of the back of their mind. That just kid inside of them is screaming.
Kid, the man inside of me is screaming.
That man.
I hate getting hit.
Confirmed, Mikey does have men inside of him.
Yes, I bet confirmed.
I bet even Daddy Danny Burgers would actually probably.
Ooh. Oh,
Daniel Vogelback,
Danny the sandwich man.
Oh. Yeah, Danny Burgers, man. Danny Burgers. Oh my gosh.
Copyright strike. We're getting hit with a copyright infringement for this video. Thanks, guys.
I know, yeah, on TikTok. But that also just proves. Wow. All right. But Daniel Vogelback also kind of proves the point that we were talking about in the last episode of what are coaches looking for, and like especially in the MLB, like the man is huge. Like Daniel Vogelback is a big boy, big old stallion. But I mean, he is just freaking hitting everywhere around the yard.
That's like, hard to say what the coaches look for, though.
It is hard to say
because you got kids like O'Neal Cruz, who's like almost like a string bean.
He's fine.
The man's like 6'6",
and then you got guys
6'7".
like Paul Goldschmidt or like Luke Voigt, who maybe aren't as tall, but they're built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah.
And then you got people like Tristan McKenzie, who I could probably fit my hand around his calf.
That is very true.
Because you have all different variations of body types and stuff like that. It's not like the NFL where, and even in the NFL, there's some people who are sticks, but.
Oh yeah.
And the crazy thing is too, even though these kids in the MLB are skinny, like I bet you Tristan McKenzie can probably still lift a good amount of weight.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's a different kind of look. So, I mean, you will get your foot in the door by appearance. Like if you see a guy who's like 6'3", 6'4", and he's got a good solid frame, like 215, 220, maybe 225, like that's going to catch some eyes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I feel like, especially just talking about what scouts look for, is usually having like 1 to 2 really refined tools. So things that you're like, this is a staple for them.
Yeah.
And it's going to be something that you can capitalize, or they've already maxed out where it's like, okay, now we can add another tool on the side. So it's like Vogelback, like when he gets moving, like he's quick, but he's not going to be like a speedster. He hits for power, and he's starting to hit more in like different places, just like you talked about, Nick. But having those 2 tools is like, those are really strong things that can make a case where we don't have to worry so much about the fielding, about the speed, about the throwing. Right.
Yeah. Well, so far in his 2022 season, we'll take a look at this here. Daniel Vogelback, intern, right now with the Mets, since they traded him over, he was hitting 284. Right now, currently, he's hitting 241. He's got 16 home runs on the year, 49 RBIs. His OPS is 814. Looking at the rest of his stats, like in total, he's had 4 home runs since he's moved to the Mets. He's got 15 RBIs since he's moved. So far, most of his home runs have come from when he was with the Pirates. He has 7 doubles though. And like we said, he's hitting it around the yard. Like he can do ball placement just fine. Like he can hit inside, outside, which especially hitting inside as big as Daniel Vogelback is, that is also impressive because his hands move so damn fast that he can just get right inside the ball. He's got a little bit of extra power once they get inside because his V when he's there, even before contact, is just so connected. His connection on the inner half is insane. And then you take a look at kind of the rest of the stats that he's had. He's had 17 doubles so far in the season with both the Pirates and the Mets. In total, he's had, what would this be? 75 hits on the year. So, I mean, for especially getting traded from Pittsburgh to the Mets when he was hitting only 228, and then with the Mets, he's been hitting a total of 284. That also just shows that when you move over to another team, you can get on a run just because the hitting philosophy might be different, or you just start seeing pitchers differently. And when you move into a different side of the rotation, because he's now facing a lot of guys on the weekends that are your 1-2 day starters, where with Pirates, he was also probably facing guys that were maybe your game 4, game 5 starters on the week. moving through the middle of the week, getting to there. And I could be wrong on that, but at the same time, it's just like now with the Mets being where they are in control of their own or being in control of the division in the NL East, I mean, he's seeing a lot more or a lot better competition pitching wise, I would say. Because the Mets in the NL East, the Mets are 3 games up on the Braves right now. They're 79-45. So
yeah, I was
and
just
then throwing it
in terms of just him like as an athlete. Numbers will kind of vary season to season. Some guys will have a great season, some guys won't. All this kind of stuff. But just seeing those tools kind of pointed out. So nice. This is again speaking to kind of the kids who are looking at playing on. You can be good in all aspects of the game, which is like the goal. You want to be a valuable tool, but if you can specialize, especially like you can be average in almost all of them, but then there's 1 or 2 where you're just like, this is above average and stellar for me, then that's something you capitalize on down the road. So
I would definitely agree with that. Because like on the other hand of the spectrum, because we brought him up, O'Neal Cruz for the Pirates right now, he's 6'7". He is 220 pounds of just pretty much pure muscle. I mean, the man is just absolutely yoked. And he's tall, lanky for 220. He's 23 years old. Daniel Vogelbach a little bit older, obviously on the more heavier set side. But one of the skinnier guys that we talked about in the draft from Oklahoma, that was Peyton Graham. He was the shortstop for them. He's 6'4". He's 171 pounds. Like he looked maybe 150 pounds just soaking wet. I mean, he wore his jerseys. They even said it. They were like, that jersey's like a dress on him during the CWS. But I mean, he can hit for power. He hits very well for average as a fielder. He's fantastic. He can move around. And then you throw it back to O'Neal Cruz, who's 220. He's 6'7", and he's throwing it almost 100 miles an hour across the diamond, but his fielding is the same. It's all about just how you play your feats of strength, I think, especially in baseball, because you can still be like Daniel Vogelbach, he's not extremely fast. He's a big dude, but he's able to still hit balls in the gap, and he's able to leg out doubles when he knows it. You get a guy like Peyton Graham when he comes into the MLB, if he comes into the MLB, and he knows that he's fast, he knows that he's speedy, he can drop down a drag bunt, he can play to his strengths. I think that's the biggest thing in baseball, especially because as a cornerback in the NFL, you can still sit here and you can read a field good, but if you don't have that closing speed to possibly jump her out or anything like that, that's going to be a little bit tougher for you. Or if you're able to just specifically focus on one zone of your defense and that's your no-fly zone, then do that. Play to your strengths. I think a lot of teams or a lot of people need to realize as an athlete, you can play to your strengths and still be insanely successful. Because you can be short and have a lot of power, but you can also be short and it's like, I'm short, I'm fast, let me bunt. Let me be able to drop down a bunt, pull the infield in, pull the outfield in, and then smash one over your heads because you underestimate. So.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Mikey, thoughts? If you have any.
Spinning like a ballerina.
So no thoughts in the brain, right?
No, throwing it back to when we were talking about the ACC pool.
That was you talking about it. I had no idea what was going on.
I was trying to break that down, and good Lord. But okay.
Oh God.
Big news. I was waiting to bring this up. The NCAA released it, and I'm gonna Google this just to make sure that we have it.
Please God, do that. Yes.
Factual information all the time.
Yes.
Hold on.
The last thing I need is for you to lie to the
last thing I need.
So we all have seen every team do all of their normal celebrations, especially in baseball. Like in college football, you have like Miami's turnover chain. For Georgia, you've got like the dog pads. Other teams are doing turnover chains and stuff like that as well. In college, you had Virginia Tech, who 2 years ago, they did the sledgehammer at Blacksburg. Tennessee has the pimp coat. Ole Miss has their like fists at home plate and all
Tennessee
that.
Tennessee has the daddy hat.
Tennessee, I thought they had the pimp coat too. They came in with the pimp coat, but they did have the daddy hat. You're right. The NCAA recently released, and this is a new rule. well, now it especially goes into just, I think, football, but I did see it for baseball. Any delayed, excessive, prolonged, or choreographed act by which a player or players attempt to focus attention upon him or himself or themselves after a score is now in violation of a rule.
Jesus Christ, sound the fucking sirens.
Woo, 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 woo. Fun
police, yeah.
Yeah, get that out, because
Wait, so does that mean like bat flips and stuff are going to be?
So hold on, I liked it on Twitter a little.
I don't know if you can enforce that in baseball. Yeah, I know they've talked about taking infield props away. But I think the NCAA, I think football is different because you have like celebrations, like Jamar Chase is a gritty. I think they're trying to take it so that, well, they're being the fun police, but I think they're trying to crack down on stuff like that where you celebrate yourself because of a play that you made.
Right. And I get all that, but like,
which is dumb.
You hit a ball to the moon. Like, how many times does that happen?
Never.
And like if you hit it and you're like, oh yeah, that's gone. Like you flip it and then you get your whole bench pumped up because of that. Like, I don't understand why that's bad.
I could have swore I liked this.
Like, I get the whole thing where it's like, if you're being disrespectful to your opponent, then that's different. But if you're like amped up, you're like, hey, we just did that. Like, celebrate.
It's called Communist NCAA.
Well, that's always been
basically, yeah. I saw it on Twitter, and they mainly had the picture of the article on Twitter that I saw was specifically with baseball, and I believe it was Tennessee or somebody that had a coat coming out of the dugout. And basically, I agree. It's in some situations, especially in like a big game, there's a point in celebration where yes, it does get a little bit overzealous, and it's like it needs to get calmed down just a touch. But at the same time, when a lot of the kids do it, especially in baseball, you have guys that are either hitting walk-off home runs, game-tying home runs. It's a 400-foot nuke off of a fastball that's like 95 at the head. Like, I mean, there are justifications for it. I personally think that if you're going to try to do that, then you also need to go target the NFL as well.
They already do that.
Well, I know, but you need to full on target that, or at least like give a small, I would guess, reasonable amendment to the rule. Because you can't just completely take all the fun out of this.
That's what they
exactly.
Need to do.
You cannot take all the fun out of sports, because these kids in college, especially even in football and baseball and basketball, they're not, now they are with the NILs, but they weren't even getting paid for this. They were just playing for the fun of the game. They were trying to get to the next level, trying to be able to get paid for this. And you're taking away the fun of that now? Like, what the hell is that?
Well, this is what I think it is. And I don't know this for certain, but I think if you think about like schools and like who their presidents are, more often than not, the people who are on those committees or the people who make those kind of decisions are on the older side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about how they played, they didn't have all this flashy stuff. Like, they didn't have the arm sleeves, the stuff like that. They didn't taunt someone when, you did something. They just played it. And if something bad happened, they just fist fought each other.
Yeah.
Like,
okay,
it's different now, and I'm not knocking it. It's just they are in a disagreement with how it is now compared to when they played, so they're trying to limit it back to what it was.
So I did find the actual rule here. So this comes straight from the new policy, and this is specifically on baseball as well.
Cite your sources, please. Thank you. We need this for the people in case you're wrong.
I am. This is WVLT. It's a news station, and this is and this was from Knoxville, Tennessee as well. So this is because Tennessee was one of the biggest culprits of on-field celebrations this last year. But nonetheless, the NCAA Baseball Rules Committee recommended several modifications and this is a quote, for the 2023 season, according to the NCAA. Among the proposed rule changes, celebratory props would not be allowed outside of the dugout, and to improve pace, pitchers could make only one step off to fake a throw per batter.
What?
So not only are they trying to, one, take out the fun, but also when a pitcher steps off to fake a throw, you can only take one step off the mound, and then I believe you would have to get just right back on. Or you wouldn't be able to throw again. You can't just completely step off and walk towards them and then throw.
There's pitchers who step off when they don't get a sign that they're like. There's pitchers who step off the rubber when they don't get a call.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how are you about to? That's basically like saying, no, you cannot go up to bat with batting gloves. Good luck.
Well, it's the same thing as like if a hitter's like, hey, I made a bad swing, I'm going to step all the way out and reset. It's like, no, you have to keep one foot in the box. It's like,
well, you do. Yeah, you have those fun polices.
Well, I'm like,
dude, I hate that rule because it's like you can still have a foot in the box. You can have a foot in the box still, and the umpire can call literally play while you're taking a sign, I believe. Isn't that right? Beyond that level, because your foot is now in the field of play.
And when you're in the box,
I don't know for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, take that. Oh,
as soon as the ball gets put in play, he can go. It doesn't matter if the batter's ready or not.
Yeah, because we've seen plenty of guys in college that are especially waiting, like literally sitting there, and as soon as you step in, they're ready to start their windup. The umpire almost literally has to tell you to stop because they're not even paying attention if you hit them in the face. Like, holy shit, dude. But
oh my God,
I'm sorry.
Vulgar words.
Yeah,
this is a child-free pod. This is a child podcast, bro. We're PG on here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Nick, watch your mouth.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Thanks, Mike.
Figure it the fuck out, please.
No, that's like legitimately. I understand if you're upset about some kids, like maybe not to point fingers, flipping off.
That's different. That's different.
If you're
that
mad
one is
about
completely
that,
different.
But I'm saying don't also negate everything else that's fun.
Yes.
Yeah, like that. Take this part out.
Flipping someone off and flipping a bat or using a sledgehammer on the field are two totally different things.
Exactly.
Because like
there's a line between amping up and having fun, and then there's I'm gonna be disrespectful and stuff towards my opponent because I think I'm better than them.
Yeah, no, the flipping off is straight up not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like they should. I mean, it's hard to fine a kid or like suspend him for that, but something should have been done. I think he was suspended, wasn't he? Or was that because he got ejected from a game?
I think it was because he got ejected.
I think he was ejected. Can't remember all that.
Even then, like that's not something you do. You can celebrate. I think Josh, either Josh or JD or Nick has said this. Like, you make a bad pitch, the guy's gonna celebrate. Just like the pitcher should be able to celebrate if he strikes your ass out next time you're through.
Exactly. It's a give and take relationship of like understanding too. Like I also dislike it when a pitcher gives up a nuke and then tries to hit the next batter.
Yeah, that's
one. The batter didn't. The batter didn't do anything. And two, it's because it's just such a sissy thing to be like, oh, now I'm all pissed and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna throw it at a defenseless guy. Like,
And also the rule came out on July 15th. So this was literally a month ago. But I 100% agree with your point there.
Run out of time.
We are going to run out of time.
All right, so let's take the intermission quick, and then we'll hop back.
Take the intermission, cool off, and
well, we're gonna get her heated up real quick.
No.
Why are you gonna heat me back up?
Because I gotta do it.
Guys, you're like a strawberry shortcake or like a Salisbury steak. We gotta get you warm.
All right, we're gonna take a brief intermission.
Salisbury steak goes so hard. Pause the music.
Pause the music, he says once again.
Okay. We got time to cool off a little bit, and then Nick's gonna get me pissed again.
I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it heated back up.
Some food again, so I'm heated up. What it do, baby boo?
There you go, baby boo. All right, so
season, it's right around the corner.
Huh?
What?
So hot girl summer is over. We're gonna get into bulking season. It's gonna be Squattober soon.
No.
Dude, Squattober.
Favorite
year,
time.
Bro.
Squattober.
No.
I love leg days.
That is my favorite time of the year.
More than anybody.
What?
You skip leg day.
Bro, I do not skip leg day.
Yeah.
My ass doesn't say that.
Yeah.
You have the smallest ass in this group.
Yeah, it
Bro,
goes you,
I have the
JD,
biggest shot.
then me.
No shot.
Wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have. I have a nice muscular bootay, man.
No.
Yeah, that doesn't mean
If anything,
absolute cake.
you have a bony ass.
Bullshit, buddy.
You don't have a cake.
I got a
Josh
nice
already made me mad.
Josh is a cupcake ass.
No,
I have a cake ass.
No,
bro.
my shit is like a tiered wedding cake.
No, yeah,
you
maybe a one
tiered
tier
wedding cake.
Maybe a one tier, bro.
Tiered,
I got that 4 tier, bro. I got that 4-layer booty. Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You have an average Walmart birthday cake, is what you have.
Good try.
Can somebody say
You
great
have
value
the
cake better?
classic. Let's put "Happy Birthday, Mikey" in average frosting on a white sheet cake.
If that's the case, boy, you don't even got cake. You just got the icing, the fondue icing. That's what you got. That's your ass. Your ass is about as paper thin as that fucking wall
Move
behind
on
you.
before I slap this man through the internet.
Oh my god!
Man, slap me, bitch.
I'm gonna slap this man through the internet.
I'm gonna slap you with my gold medal. How about that?
All right, so that was not what I wanted us to get.
Where did I ask? Got him.
Oh my lord. Okay, so anyways, back to the previous.
You started this, Nick.
I did, and I also wanted to get people heated.
Just continue. I'm already mad now. I'm angry.
I'm gonna eat
so
spaghetti.
We got everybody heated back up, which was exactly what I wanted. So
I'm chilling.
Oh my lord. Okay,
spaghetti.
So I also want to say this because we talked about how pitchers will throw at guys right after a home run because their guys celebrated before him.
Right.
We all agree that that's bullshit, right?
Yep.
Like the guy after you did nothing unless he Rudin and Odor Bautista again.
Yeah.
But well deserved in some opinionated spaces. But I personally think also that if a pitcher makes an absolute just dot of a pitch at bottom of the zone, or Jordan Hicks 103-mile-an-hour sinker comes right into the zone, cutter outside of the zone, and you barrel that bitch up and you put it 450, by all means, you were not supposed to hit that pitch. You probably just said a wing and a prayer, like I'm already halfway through my swing. If I connect with it, it's going to go a country mile. And by God, bat flip on that, because yes, that's a tough pitch to hit. You do that. If you hit a pitch right down the middle and it barely clears the wall at 310, that is not a bomb. Keep running. I'm targeting a few people in the MLB that did this because I know for a fact, I'm going to call it, Ronald Acuna Jr., Manny Machado, and a few others have hit balls that they thought went about 400 feet, and they either hit the top of the wall or they just barely cleared the fence on a wall scraper. It's like, dude, I understand that you know that you got this ball, and I'll throw even Javi Baez in the mix back in 2016 when he just put it in the basket. And granted,
did that this year and got thrown out a second.
Oh, I don't even know, man. There's so
that this year and got thrown out.
There's so many of those instances, and that's the thing that I think also just absolutely lights me up is that you feel when you hit a ball 450. You just feel when you hit a ball.
Like.
Okay.
I know it's like to pop up to first.
I think everybody knows that.
Out to the catcher.
Yeah.
But like when you connect with that ball, you know it's going to go a mile.
I don't.
You also know when you connect with the ball and you hit it, it's still going to go a long ways, but you didn't get everything of it. You didn't make that pitcher look stupid. You just barely put it over the wall. You get a guy who now makes a center fielder. Granted, the center fielder misread the ball for who was it against Tennessee? I think it was Georgia Tech, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech center fielder missed the ball, and then you get Beck running around second base flipping him off. Dude, the next at bat, you deserve to get thrown at, and it better be right between your back because that is horrible baseball etiquette. Like I am all for guys coming up and like in past, we've seen it against Bryce Harper. He bat flips off somebody or he starts mouthing himself off and just tries to make himself look a lot better than he is. And granted, Bryce Harper is a hell of a player, but at the same time, when you start getting thrown at, it's more because of your etiquette and how you're actually playing the game. It's not because you're better than everybody. If you're going to be a dick on the field, then you're going to get reciprocated by the pitcher or by the next hitter that is just going to be a total ass to you. So in some cases, it's just
smoked that second.
Huh?
It might have been when I was getting hit in the head at second.
I wouldn't. Were you talking some shit, Mike?
No.
Where's
Were you being the love doctor and trying to?
He was just being himself, like on the field, and he was having fun. Just like we do, like we just have our own banter in between each other.
Yeah.
And some players, take things way too seriously, especially for a rec league.
We call them the fun police.
Just like there's no scouts out here. We're literally paying to continue to play baseball. We're supposed to just have fun with it.
Yeah.
And Mikey guy tagged him at second and he like slammed on his helmet.
Wait, you're getting paid to play?
Huh? No, we're paying.
No, paying. He said paying.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, if you guys are getting paid to play, I want in on this action.
No.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Just
you don't live here anymore.
That is true. I live in Iowa now.
Here, you're like, I don't want to see these guys. So
I've had shit to do, man.
Allegedly.
Not actually allegedly.
No proof to back this up.
But no, personally, I think that if you're trying to be that much of the fun police to where like guys can't celebrate on the field for coming back in a game or taking the lead in a regional or just a back and forth game where you guys are dogfighting, you tie it up, whatever. If like you're trying to stop the celebration like that on the field, every team, it's football. It doesn't matter if it's soccer. Soccer is the biggest form of just soccer. I don't care. Their celebrations are so dumb. It's like they score a goal and they go sliding across the field.
I'm not
Somebody cut this out. Someone cut this out.
I don't know.
Not happening, Mikey, sir. But still, it's like there are so many. There are so many other things that you could talk about in sports that need to get taken out. Granted, I think celebrations are fun just because it's like you need that energy in the game. You still need to be able to let a kid out, be who you want to be. This is the sport you play. This is how you live your life. Like this is life or death to you in some cases. This is a job to you. Yeah, you're taking literally the personality out of baseball.
Or the individuality out of it. That's a big word for Mikey.
That's a big word for Elmo.
I'm not Elmo, bitch. I got red hair, but I ain't Elmo.
You do kind of have a bright orange nose.
I agree with you. And like
my nose is white.
Are we done being hostile?
I don't know. Ask him.
Goodness, guys.
I'm just defending myself.
Just the thing that kind of gets me is, for me in college when I was playing, I treated it like a job, and I lost so much fun for it. All the stuff that I enjoyed about it growing up, I dismissed all of it in college. I shut myself off to some teammates and was just very much so just oriented in this. And I fell into a lot of depression and all this kind of stuff. So it's important to just remind the kids that they're kids at the end of the day. And like we've talked in many podcasts before, these guys are 18 to 23, 24 years old. Some of them most of the time just 22, but it's just important to remember, like, I understand wanting to, keep some professionalism in the sport, but at the same time, it's important to remember that these are kids. You're playing a kid's game. You're playing a game that you learned at 6 years old. You got kids looking up to you that are like watching all these sports. And if they see, you're having fun, they're like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that. And I understand to play at an elite level, you have to have some discipline and all this stuff, but it's just important to remember that you can't lose that aspect. And I feel like it's
a perfect example of it, I think, is Beltray, or was.
Yes, exactly. And Elvis Andrews, when they were together, it's like they had so much fun playing the game into their 30s and 40s.
Or Felix Hernandez and Adrian Beltre. When he buckled Felix Hernandez, Belcold Beltre.
Or even right now, Melky Cabrera.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember when it happened. It was this year. Like, Shohei hit him. I don't remember where Melky was hit. Or not Melky. Yeah. No, Miguel. Sorry, not Melky.
Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah, Miguel was hit by Shohei. And Shohei was on first at some point in the same game or series.
Oh yeah, and
he like pulled his gloves out, or like he cup checked him. Like, they still have fun, but then he still knows, like, oh, I have to go up this at bat and hit a bomb.
Guys,
no, stop! Don't even say it.
I really want to talk about this because I just read this and I can't. No, it's totally fucking stupid. And I'm sorry I'm dropping F-bomb.
Nick,
according
this is a PG show.
Okay.
Unbelievable, Nick. Keep some professionalism, please.
Yeah, Jesus
okay, so according to on3.com, which is news NCAA baseball, it's a rules website and just strictly sports college baseball.
How factual is this?
This is factual, and I will
how factual though?
Very factual.
It's coming from you.
The NCAA adds a ghost runner rule for extra innings.
Ghost runner.
D1 baseball.
Ghost runner.
Let's go.
D1 baseballs, and I will read this article verbatim. So this is a quote from the article. D1 baseball's Kendall Rogers pointed out a couple of other crucial rule changes with extra inning potentials seeing a switch. As they do in minor league baseball, a runner can be placed on second base at the start of each half of an inning, potentially speeding up the pace of play in extra innings. Either by conference rule or mutual consent between the two teams, all extra innings, 10th inning of a 9-inning game or 8th inning of a 7-inning game, doubleheader, whatever, would start with a runner on second base. The release from the NCAA Rules Committee said, the players on second base have been dubbed ghost runners in the Oh, okay. So wait, no, this is just extra innings. Oh my God, I should have read that.
Yeah, but it's not. That's not really a ghost runner, though. I thought you were meaning like there is literally an invisible person on the base.
Yes. So whoever the final. Okay, so this is just basically actually. So now in college baseball, they are actually putting a runner on second base.
Yeah, they're just running California rules.
California
rules. That's what the MLB does or did.
Okay, well, I should have definitely read that. I read the term ghost runner and just stopped.
Why am I not surprised?
How long is it going to take?
I'm not surprised.
Before we decide, hey, extra innings, let's do a home run derby because that's so much more fun.
So, full transparency, I really thought you were about to go, how long does it take for us to get some factual information? That's really where I thought you were going with that.
I thought that was too.
I already thought that was a given, though. Like,
yeah, fair enough.
We're 20-something episodes deep.
Damn.
My man.
Yeah.
I expected so much more from you.
Okay. So, also, though, I kind of like that idea. It seems a little odd, and you would have to definitely find some ways with the rule on that. But a home run derby in extra innings?
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's not hard. If they go 11 innings, just let it run.
I mean, personally, I'm on the standpoint of baseball's supposed to be a game that's tough. Overtime in the NFL, it's sudden death, whatever. Like baseball's a game that like you need to just keep playing because
Can you imagine the NFL? You're still tied in overtime. You go to a kickoff.
Yeah.
You send
your run back to kickoff.
No, you just send your kicker out. Be like, who can make the longest?
Bro,
kick?
Justin Tucker would be goated then. He just like get us to overtime. I got you.
That'd be so cold.
The Bills would now argue a punt off with Matt Ariza.
Yeah, that dude hits bombs.
Yeah, with a foot. Punts it 65 yards in the air, bounces, and it goes 88 yards.
Yeah.
Dude, man's a stud.
If you're in a league with a punter, you might want to consider drafting that man. Just thought.
True.
Yep.
But no, I'd say like I agree with
I feel like that's Mikey completely derailing every other thought that somebody may have had in the league, but go for it.
No, I agree. Like I agree that it should go a few extra innings just regular because I feel like
you have to let it go.
Especially if they institute the 1 out, then that might still be okay. But if it's a runner at second with nobody out,
no,
you just bunt him to third, and then you have an out and an out, basically, or 2 outs, really.
Were you about to say
an out and a half? I did almost say an out and a half. Yeah.
Well, keep going, Mike. Sorry.
I mean, you have 1 out to really work with.
Yeah.
But you still have 2 outs to get that guy. Well, give or take 2 outs to get that guy in.
But and still, here's the concept with that too. You want to keep changing the pace of play of baseball. In some cases, you can take out a lot of things, but even putting a runner on second, the amount of times that you actually walk it off in the top of the 10th inning with a runner on second, that's still slim. Because I mean, you can hit a ball in the gap, guy makes a diving catch, gets doubled off at second. Now that puts you back into the same spot. What are you going to do? Throw the guy that just hit back out into second base now? Is that what we're going to do every time there's an out, a runner gets put back on second base in 5 years?
If they really want to speed up the pace of play, just look at what softball does. Granted, like there's some like difference there, but even if you don't want to do that, the amount of advertisement, like time that the MLB has, it's not ridiculous, and like I get it's probably the main source of revenue for these guys, but just lower that, like lessen that if you absolutely want to speed up, or like don't let like pre-inning stuff happen. Like yes, pitchers need to warm up, but the infielders and outfielders don't need to do like that. Right. I mean, they take thousands of ground balls within a month, and it's not like they're actually working on that stuff in game.
Fair enough. I would agree. I would kind of agree on that standpoint. You can just cut out the amount of time with warm-ups. That's a decent idea.
Like you still need to give the pitchers the time because that
be like, hey, 5 pitches, go. Maybe less than that.
Are you talking about like in between innings?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when
yeah. Well, I think that's all. I think the 5-pitch rule. I know in college it's a rule. You can only throw 5 in between innings. Your first time out or onto the mound, it's 7. It's like 7 or 8. But I mean,
yeah. But think about how much quicker those games go compared to MLB games.
Yeah, true. So the NCAA officially, according to us, has a lot of rule changes that they need to slightly reconsider and also revamp.
NCAA just needs to shut the fuck up and sit back.
I would also agree.
I believe, as they have told professional athletes, they need to shut up and let the kids play.
Oh,
facts. That is straight facts. I wonder who told that, but no. I mean, the rules of baseball are always going to keep trying to change because everybody's like, "Oh, the pace of the game, the pace of the game." It's like,
okay, go watch fucking
go watch something else. It's like the people that'll actually sit. Yeah, golf. What the hell?
That's
the pace
cold.
of the game for golf.
That's just cold.
What?
That's just cold, bro. Give the guys who can't make the cut the ability to drink. Oh my god, comedy gold.
Yes,
bro. I bet they would almost play better sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they're not even giving a care in the world. They probably don't even think. They probably think they're smoking the ball, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, let me just flap this one up," and then it just goes right in the hole. You got a birdie.
They're like, "Oh shit, I ain't making the cut. Let's just get wasted, chocolate wasted."
I want to get chocolate wasted.
Chocolate wasted. But no, NCAA, keep your hands off. Don't try to do this shit.
The NCAA is not good at that.
Yep.
All right. Well, if that's all we got to cover today.
God damn, way to just end it like that.
I mean, like, I feel like we covered a lot.
Jesus.
At time.
Are you on the NCAA committee? You're acting like the fun police right now.
Fun police. Dude, it's only 7. It's only 7:40. We really can't do an after dark when it's still sunlight out.
No, we can't do an after dark because you won't put us on the hub. There's a difference. Get your facts right, son.
Well,
the amount of time
you're already here. Please like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. If you're also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, we're on all platforms. Shout out Cronio Media for our partnership with them.
Shout out Flintstone Gummies.
Facts. Shout out Flintstone Gummies.
The unofficial partner.
Shut up. They are official.
Again, also, if you have any questions that we can reach out to our special guest, Alan, when he comes on the show. If you have some, please leave something in the comments.
For that, but yeah.
We'll take a look right before we interview. But again, looking forward to that on next episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. You got any closing statements, boys?
I would say, like, if you see any posts on social media, comment on what you guys want us to talk about next. I mean, we're always looking for stuff to talk about because we're in such an off-season period. It's like we can always talk about athletes and bring up the MLB and bring up rule changes and everything. But if there's some guy that you want to talk about that's hitting a headline, do it. Drop it down in a comment on either the video. You can shoot us out at Twitter, on TikTok, and on Instagram. Or not on Instagram. Sorry. That unfactual information. Oops.
Unbelievable.
I know.
That's
Twitter and TikTok.
At Homaha Pod.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just want to bring to attention a video that I saw today. A man stuck a straw in a hot dog and then proceeded to drink beer through that thing. My man was gobbling glizzies while also sucking down alcohol.
That is wow.
Is that genius? Wow. Not genius? Is that some shit Nick would do? I don't know. Probably.
Hold on. No.
He's the glizzy gobbler.
He definitely is the glizzy gobbler. Absolutely. The fact that he's breaking up means that he's already gobbling on those glizzies. Would not be surprised if he is currently drinking beer through a glizzy straw.
No, but I do want a freaking beer though.
Glizzy straw. Knew it. Confirmed. Drinks beer through a glizzy. Confirmed.
In what way did I confirm that?
You did.
Just did.
Oh my god.
Just like you have also confirmed that you have the tiniest ass here.
Bullshit.
Nope. Glizzy Gobbler is going to be signing off here. Say goodbye, Nick.
Alright. Nope. I'm not
Confirmed.
saying bye yet.
Confirmed.
Got him.
Yeah.
All right.
We're in there.
See you guys. Thank you.
Swimwear, boys.